All right, we're gonna go over the next section for the superficial front line. We're gonna be working on the sternum or the breastbone area. The actual muscle is called sternalis. It's a pretty thin muscle. However, it's a very strong fascial connection that can hold that body into that forward posture. So this is a pretty sensitive area. Like most of the superficial front line, this is probably one of the more sensitive areas, so it's probably best that you just start with your hand when you're doing this. So basically you use fingertips, kind of knife, like you're karate chopping something. Kind of take your fingertips here, and we're going to feel where we were before with the rectus abdominis muscle. We're just going to move right up above that into that flat part of the front of the sternum, right in the middle, and then from there we're going to slide off to the side. And what you can do is just some circular movements. So you go one direction, other direction, up and down, side to side. So as you're doing that, you're gonna find some tender points. I already found a couple there. And it's not right in the middle. You're just off to the side just a little bit. This muscle actually comes from right up under the collarbone, and it comes out and it kind of fans out a little bit. So it can be a little bit broader at the base of the muscle. As you work up towards the collarbone, it's going to get a little more thin. So once you've pinned down a tender point, we're going to anchor that tissue with our fingers. So I'm going to sink directly in to my body. And then from there, I'm going to lift my chest upward and bring my chin up. So that's going to create that internal tension. And again, we're going to find our point. I'm going to sink straight in and down. Sometimes we might pull down kind of towards our hip a little bit because the muscle fibers are oriented kind of down and out. So find whatever tension feels the most intense as far as like that burning sensation. Sink in, traction down, and then look up, keeping your mouth closed. You kind of want to draw the chin up towards the ceiling. Good. And again, we're probably going to find a couple points and make sure we're working both sides. The first few times you do this, it's going to be super sensitive. Once that becomes easy and it's not super sore, we can move to a lacrosse ball. Same motion, so circular motion, one direction, other direction, up, down, side to side. And then we can, with the ball, you can kind of do that doorknob twist type of movement to get the fascia to mobilize in that direction. Once again, you find your point, anchor in, lift the chest, look up, and you can even gently squeeze the shoulder blades back, and we're just breathing. Good. Move to the next point. So all we're doing is just trying to develop some tolerance to mobility in these tissues. A lot of times they're just stuck, they're glued together, and they don't know that they can glide and move separate from one another, like the superficial skin, the deep fascia underneath that, the muscle, there's adipose tissue or fat. All these tissues should glide apart from each other separately. And this is really what we're doing, is teaching these tissues to separate and using that shearing force to open up the different fascia layers. Breathe, out, perfect. So again, you'll probably find, 2 or 3 points. There'll kind of be one in the lower end, one in the middle, and one a little bit higher up by the collarbone. If you're really getting good with that, you could always upgrade to the back buddy or Theracane. A lot of them will have these like single projections, either this way or some come off the handle. Either way, this is going to allow you to get a little more specific and detailed with your pressure. And again, the smaller the surface area, the more intense the pressure you're going to be able to get, and the higher on that pain scale you're going to be able to bring yourself. So you develop the tolerance with the hand, move to the ball. If you develop tolerance with the ball, move to the cane, and then that should be about as deep as you need to go in this area, because these tissues are pretty thin and sensitive and prone to bruising. So don't go too crazy on these. A little bit of input goes a long way into these tissues. So be careful with this one, have fun, get at it, and we'll see you in the next video.